Hi, I'm Ian Rees, and you're listening to Scottish Shindig with Andy Phillip on Radio GH.
The Scottish Shindig, the best in Scottish dance music and song.
Well, hello and a very warm welcome to the Scottish Shindig. It's Andy standing in for Ewan, and it's a wee re-record of Sunday's Shindig. Due to technical difficulties, the sound was not great, so I'm just doing a re-record so you can hear the artists as they should sound. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the next hour of great music and song. And to get us off to a great start, here is Ian Thompson and his Scottish dance band from the album Set 2 with a Boston two-step. Well, a great start to the programme from Ian Thompson and his Scottish dance band from the album Set 2, and that was, of course, a Boston two-step. I hope you're all doing well, and we'll carry on. Take your partners this time for a Gay Gordons if you feel like it. This is a great track from the 60s Bairns from their album Recorded Delivery, and here they are with some 4/4 marches. Well, a great set of rousing marches from the 60s Bairns from their album Recorded Delivery, and hope you enjoyed that one. Well, we'll ease the tempo back slightly for a lovely selection of Gaelic waltzes from the West Telferton Caledonian dance band from their album Industrial Strength. So here we go with the guys in the band with a Gaelic waltz. Well, a gorgeous arrangement by the West Telferton Caledonian Dance Band there for a medley of waltzes for a Gaelic waltz, and that was from their album Industrial Strength. Lovely it was too. Well, we pick up the tempo now with a wee song, this time coming from North Sea Gas. And the song was written by Gordon Mingus, inspired by the workers at the Ninian oil platform up in Loch Kishon. And if those clues aren't enough, the song is, of course, the Kishon Commandos.
We're the Kishon Commandos, way up in Westeros. We've never had a gaffer, no, we've never had a boss. We'll build the biggest oil rig that you'll ever come across. Remember, we're the Kishon Commandos. Early every morning we get woken by a shout. Get up, you idle buggers, won't you get your fingers out? And what do we have for breakfast? Well, 7 pints so stout. Remember, we're the Kishon Commandos. We're the Kishon Commandos, way up in Westeros. We've never had a gaffer, no, we've never had a boss. We'll build the biggest oil rig that you'll ever come across. Remember, we're the Kishon Commandos. We're working down a dusty hole till we can hardly speak. Summer sunshine, rain or snow, we seldom stop to sleep. We work for 40 hours a day, 14 days a week. Remember, we're the Kishon Commandos. We're the Kishon Commandos, way up in Westeros. We've never had a gaffer, no, we've never had a boss. We'll build the biggest oil rig that you'll ever come across. Remember, we're the Kishon Commandos. We've never joined the Navy, we've never joined the RAF, we've never joined the Army, no one else a bloody daft. We'd rather come to Kishon and get paid for skiving off. Remember, we're the Kishon Commandos. We're the Kishon Commandos, way up in Westeros. We've never had a gaffer, no, we've never had a boss. We'll build the biggest oil rig that you'll ever come across. Remember, we're the Kishon Commandos. When the job is over, we'll up and pack our bags. We'll spend our money on the booze, women and the nags. But until then we'll have to do with navvies dressed in drag. Remember, we're the Kishon Commandos. We're the Kishon Commandos, way up in Westeros. We've never had a gaffer, no, we've never had a boss. We'll build the biggest oil rig that you'll ever come across. Remember, we're the Kishon Commandos. We're the Kishon Commandos, way up in Westeros. We've never had a gaffer, no, we've never had a boss. We'll build the biggest oil rig that you'll ever come across. Remember, we're the Kishon Commandos.
Well, a great song there from North Sea Gas, from their album North Sea Gas. And the track, of course, the Kishon Commandos, a great wee song and a bit of societal history. Anyway, onwards and another jaunty tune that's a favourite in evergreen Northlands, and this time it comes from Ron Kerr's Top Level from his album Personal Choice Volume 2. Here is that very popular The Northlands. great rendition of The Northlands, of course, from Ron Kerr's Top Level and the album Personal Choice Volume 2. Well, we will ease the pace back this time a wee bit from Jaunty Northlands to a beautifully lovely melody here composed by Phil Cunningham, and it's performed by Phil and Ali Bain from their album The Pearl. Here is that bonny tune, Quendale Bay. Gorgeous playing there from both Ali Bain and Phil Cunningham from the album The Pearl. That was, of course, Quendale Bay, and absolutely gorgeous. Well, the next track, an evergreen popular one, been recorded by many. Off the top of my head, a vocal version was done by the Alexander Brothers, but here it's an instrumental with many variations coming from none other than Gordon Patillo from his album Take to the Dance Floor. It is, of course, the Bonnie Lass O Bon Accord, and if you know the words, you can sing along. Well, great stuff from Gordon Patillo from his album Take to the Dance Floor. That was, of course, the evergreen Bonnie Lass of Bon Accord, a particular favourite of Marge over in Missouri. Well, time to take your partners, this time for a St Bernard's Waltz, and to the band, Alistair McCuish and the Black Rose Cayley Band from their album Cayley Spirit. Here they are with a St Bernard's Waltz, Take Your Partners. Well, just a gorgeous medley there of tunes for a St Bernard's Waltz, the last one being Belmer's Waltz, and that was played by Alistair McCuish and the Black Rose Cayley Band from their album Cayley Spirit. Lovely it was too. Well, we're halfway through the programme, which is time for a wee halfway holiday somewhere other than Scotland, and we're heading to Scandinavia. Recently I had the pleasure of hearing the Malm Trickspiel Club, which translates to Malm, which is the town, or the area in Stavanger in Norway that Trekkspiel Club, which translates to accordion club, come from. And heard them live, fantastic. They were touring. I bought all their CDs, and here is a track from their album number 1, and it's Astor Piazzolla's well-known tune Libertango, which you might remember from a Volvo advert many years ago. But sit back, relax and enjoy the sound of Malm Trekkspiel Club with Libertango. How about that fantastic sound from Malm Trekkspiel Club, who come from the Stavanger district municipality of Norway, and the band, when they perform live, consists of about 15, 16, 17 accordions and bass, guitar, full drums, fantastic sound. Now they're led by their leader. That seems daft. They're led by Sven Kåre Haugen. Now, Sven Kåre is a fantastic player in his own right, as well as an inspirational conductor and leader of the Malm Trekkspiel Club when they perform. But he has an album in his own name, and it is another great album. I'm going to play a track from that. Here is Sven Kåre Haugen with a track called Novelty Accordion. Well, how about that? That was Sven Corey Haugen from his own album and a track called Novelty According, and fantastic it was too. Well, back to the more traditional sound, and it comes this time from David Halcrone's band from an album Shetland Session, and the tune is Professor Blackie's March. Well, terrific sound from David Halcrone, the band from an album Shetland Session, and that was Professor Blackie's March, and a great going march it was too. Well, time for a Britannia two-step, and this time coming from the Tay Cayley Band and their album The Hills of Perth. So, take your partners for a Britannia two-step. Terrific sound from the Tay Cayley Band and from their album The Hills of Perth. That was a Britannia two-step. Great sounding stuff it was too. Well, time to visit Dumfries and Galloway, and when I say that, it is a song, a sing-along from John Caskey, who's from the Dumfries area, and he's playing along with Ewan Galloway and his band from an album Live and Approved. So here's John Caskey with some Scottish sing-along medley and accompanied by Ewan Galloway and the band. Feel free to sing along.
Down in the wee room, underneath the stair, everybody's happy, everybody's there. They're all looking merry, each one in his chair. Down in the wee room, underneath the stair. When you're feeling low down and you're feeling blue, don't give way to sorrow, I'll tell you what to do. Just tuck the trunk to Springbok, find the Queen's Bar there, and go into the wee room underneath the stair. Down in the wee room underneath the stair, everybody's happy, everybody's there. They're all making merry, each one in his chair. Down in the wee room underneath the stair. A king he went a hunting, his fortune for to seek. He missed the train at Glasgow, went missing for a week. Then after days of searching, of sorrow and despair, they found him in the wee room underneath the stair. Down in the wee room underneath the stair, everybody's happy, everybody's there. They're all making merry, each one in his chair. Down in the wee room underneath the stair. And when I'm old and feeble and my bones get set, I'll no get cross and cranky like other foggies get. From saving all my pennies to buy a Harley chair, to wheel me to the wee room underneath the stair. Down in the wee room underneath the stair, everybody's happy, everybody's there. They're all making merry, each one in his chair. Down in the wee room underneath the stair. Down in the wee room underneath the stair, everybody's happy, everybody's there. But they're all making merry, each one in his chair. Down in the wee room underneath the stair. Down in the wee room underneath the stair.
Great rendition of Down in the Wee Room from John Caskey, accompanied by Ewan Galloway and the band from the album Live and Approved. Well, over to the dancing again, and this time coming from Sandy Nixon and his Scottish dance band from his album Highlander Music Volume 1. Here is Sandy and the band with the College Hornpipe. As always, a great lively sound from Sandy Nixon and his Scottish dance band from the album Highlander Music Volume 1. That was, of course, the College Hornpipe and some great tunes in there as well. And straight on to some jigs, this time from Tartan Ties and their album Connection. Here is the Jig for Judy medley. What a great sound. That was Tartan Ties from their album Connection, and that was the Jig for Judy medley. Great stuff. Well, now time to slow things down a wee bit and a change of instrument to the harmonica, and this time coming from none other than Donald Black. From his album From My Heart, here's a beautiful slow air called Culberry Bear. Bay, even. Culberry Bay. Absolutely gorgeous track from Donald Black from his album From My Heart, which is the way he always plays, and a bonny slow air called Kilberry Bay. Well, sadly, that brings us to the last track of the show, and it has been a pleasure with having your company for the last hour, and I hope you've enjoyed hearing the sound as it should have been in the first place. Unfortunately, due to technical hitches, it didn't sound so great, so it's important to hear how the bands and the performers should sound and give them full credit. So we'll close the show and leave you in the capable hands of Full Tilt from their album Full Tilt Live and their track Howling at the Moon, which I hope you're not doing. But in any case, until the next time, take care of yourselves, have a great week, and all the very best till then.